My name is Tamara Durot, and I'm speaking to you today as a parent of 3 children in the Kyrene School District. I was born and raised in Arizona. I grew up in Prescott, where I also grew up in a single-parent, low-income home. Because of this, I qualified for assistance programs growing up. I received free and reduced price lunch, and when I had emergency surgery at 9, Access helped pay the bills. My college education was funded primarily through grants and state-funded scholarships. These programs allowed me to fully realize the benefits of the public education available to me. Because of Arizona's investment in me, I am now in a position where I can provide my children everything they need. My oldest child is at Centennial Middle School, and my 2 youngest attend Kalina Elementary in Ahwatukee. Having our kids at Kalina has been such a positive experience, especially over the last year. The teachers there have been flexible, gracious, and the care they have for our children comes through every day. And I'm so glad because it was always my intention to have our children attend the school in our neighborhood. So much of what creates our community starts in our schools. Certainly for me, a lot of my place in the community has come through my children. My best friends are the parents of their friends. We constantly run into my children's PE teacher at Fry's, and my boys bike through the neighborhood with their friends from school. These are the things that tie us together. As being part of my community, I served on the Kalina Site Council for a number of years with our principal, Mrs. Brunner. Mrs. Brunner has been the principal at Kalina for 10 years. She is an amazing educator. She's such a fierce advocate for our students. She's the kind of person that makes your community better. In the Site Council is where Mrs. Brunner explained to us that Kalina had received a Title I assistance designation. She explained that these funds were to go towards the children that needed it most and were based on our number of students that had free and reduced price lunch. As a council, we did an honest assessment of our school, our students, what we were doing well, and where there were gaps. School leadership used this information to make a plan to make sure that those funds went to the students that needed it the most. Now, something like 1452 threatens to use that Title I assistance designation against our school. It gives families, even ones like mine, an incentive to pull their children to a private education, taking their funds with them. And it creates a circular situation. Funds are removed from the schools have to do more with less, more families leave. When we undermine our neighborhood schools, we are fraying the bonds that tie us together. It segregates us. When politicians say they're pro-education, but they support programs like this and other ways to pull funds from public education into private ones, what they support is an education system where someone can make a profit off our children. As parents, it is our responsibility to give our children everything they need to grow up and grow and develop. But as members of a community, we have an obligation to every single child that they are given everything they need to grow up and develop and succeed. If we dismantle public education in the name of school choice, what we're really choosing is to leave some kids behind. I think every student should have the access to public education that I had. And I think you'll find they're worth the investment.